Here we go. Green, green, green.
Or will there be somebody else grab this NASCAR Cup Series title? Here in Phoenix, it's championship day. Let's
All
go.
right. Ooh, we'll get Hamlin.
That traditional fan out. They're looking to find their spot as they get into their early race rhythm. Hamlin leads down the backstretch. As they complete lap 1 into lap 2, finally, with everything that's gone on all weekend,
Could you help me
all
here,
day,
Mom?
now it is back to the comfort zone. Business as usual. That's what these drivers do. They're the
when I
most
put it up, it
comfortable
just
behind
says
the wheel,
that
task at hand.
it's this
Quickly
right here.
feeling out their car, Jeff. What they need, do they need adjustments? As we see the 19 of Briscoe trying to make that little ground. He spotted the other three in qualifying.
A little bit of calmness at the front of the pack because they're single file, but not back here.
No,
Briscoe
ooh,
knows how
skipping
important
that
track
finish.
position is.
That is it. But then it
Restarts,
just
the
up.
initial start of the race is the
There we go.
time to
Yeah,
get
that's good.
track position
That's
to
good,
begin.
man.
It was worrying times during practice for that 19 team, the Bass Pro Shops Toyota of Joe Gibbs Racing.
Toyota.
Qualifying yesterday, they weren't quite sure what they were going to have. And Chase Briscoe said, I was actually quite surprised to be 12th. I thought it might not be that good. So he knows what's at hand here and how he has to work his way forward fairly swiftly.
Now that he's gotten by and made the pass, now he's able to really start thinking about his race car. You see immediately to the bottom of the racetrack, he has very good cars in front of him. This is not going to be easy to get to the front of the pack, but now he can put the car in the lane he wants to put it in and learn what his car does well and what it doesn't do well.
Asymmetric racetrack, turns 3 and 4, where you are right now. More banking, Jeff, a little bit tighter radius. Now you head to the start-finish line. This is the dock leg that was talked about multiple times in pre-race. Now we're down, heading down to 1 and 2. Flat, but wide and sweeping.
Come on, Briscoe,
Options
catch
for the
up.
drivers.
Yeah, and one thing I noticed, Steve, is not a lot of drivers are running
And
down
it's
the
ad
ultra
break.
flat. A lot of races we come here, they run all the way up against the wall at the bottom of the racetrack. But early in this race, I believe, in an effort to preserve a little bit of tire, some tire issues in practice, sidewalls failing, they're staying above that yellow line. Nobody is really going on the flat.
Ideal start for Denny Hamlin in the 11, the progressive Toyota for JGR. Did what he needed to do in qualifying, and so far so good. He's got just over half a second, growing closer to a second over William Byron. Good start, Austin Cindric and Kyle Lawson. First stage here, remember there are 3 stages. Points are awarded to the rest of the
Jace!
field, not the championship 4. It's all about the final lap of
Can
the
you
race.
turn that
The
down?
laps in stage 1 can be run on a tank of gas, so no pit stop required under green. But these tires, these Goodyear tires brought this weekend, have good grip, but the grip goes away very
Last
quickly.
year,
It's going to be up to the drivers, Marty, to manage that grip and take
there was a
care of
wreck
those
on
tires.
lap 5. And every year on the championship weekend or championship day, Mom, we've always been downtown doing something
I
cool.
want to go to Phoenix.
We were going to next year before they changed it to Miami. There is still a race in the start of the year at Phoenix.
You can't swing it for the start of the year. We have a lot of bills, and we're going to Great Wolf Lodge,
Sonoma.
Christmas.
About halfway through the year.
I do it like this. I want 60 races. Why do I need to change? But he felt like he couldn't win this
So
race doing it
hot.
the way he was doing it.
Aubrey,
When they
where
do
is
the race in Sonoma, it is so hot.
If
It's like
we-
they picked the hottest part of the year.
You never said it's too hot when Dad gave us the option to go to the Daytona August race.
You would die.
It's fine. NASCAR, it's fine. Bring the fan. Tired.
In any sport, Diff, when you have an athlete who has just remarkable gifted abilities,
He looks like
and
he's
then they
alone.
match
Did
those
you see that?
abilities with a very cerebral approach,
Looks like he's
it
just
becomes
running his
like a
own
dynamic
race
duo,
here.
right? It is nearly impossible to beat.
But there's
And
Willie
that's
D.
what I really
Byron's
think
trying to
Denny
conserve
Hamlin's
on his tires.
resurgence at 44
Probably.
years old with all of these wins is he's finding a new way to tackle these racetracks. There are a lot of people that are close to
Briscoe's
Hamlin
like, Joey's
who
in
say
front of
that they
me.
are
I
seeing
can't do
different
anything to
Denny
try to
Hamlin.
pass him. He'll
So
wreck
could
me.
this be his own? What
You
about
know?
his
Yeah.
younger teammate and his new teammate? coming to the end of his first season, Dave Burns, with JGR.
Didn't we
Tell us
see
more about
Briscoe's
Chase
car?
And Lee,
Yeah.
we saw that at the beginning of the race, the first three championship
At,
contenders
Bass
were
Pro.
up 1, 2,
Yeah.
3 at the start. But Chase Briscoe's back in 12th. When I talked to James Small, his crew chief this morning, he says, that really doesn't bother me because 4 years ago with Mark Truex Jr., we started 12th. By the end of the first stage, we had won the first stage. So he's only been up 2 since the start of the race, but they're not concerned. So far, no concern from the driver over the radio.
Again, Briscoe from 12th up to 10th. 2 positions
From 12th to
made
10th.
in these opening 11 laps here at Phoenix Raceway on Championship Day. Going about it methodically, as we see the most successful number in NASCAR Cup Series history, the 11, driven by Denny Hamlin for all 6 of his wins since the end of 2005. Hall of Famer Ned Jarrett, our own DJ's father, won 2
Bookmark.
Cup Series championships in it. Hall of Famer Cale Yarborough, 3 straight Cup Series championships. And Hall of Famer DW Darrell Waltrip dominated in the early 80s in it.
Headbreak already.
Is an apple.
Bro, why is it so much?
New Fireball Blazing Apple. Mankind's
my
greatest innovation.
Alright, we're back.
Championship weekend here in the NASCAR Cup Series at Phoenix Raceway, and let's go through the championship 4 and some
Second
important
Russell
numbers.
in top
And
6.
leading the wins list, Denny Hamlin with
Yeah,
6.
posted that picture.
How about that?
Can
Look
you
at
give me a fork
Lawson.
too?
How about Chase Briscoe, the qualifying king of this
The
season?
white, or the
And
white
William
tissue
Byron
is in the
with
air.
those laps led and leads all of the drivers. Tell us more, Kim Coon.
1,000.
Williams currently running soundly in the second position, consistently the fastest on the racetrack. Here was some early observations from the team to William on the radio.
Hard enough to lane wanted to try to get better for 2. Not like it's there yet, but I'm gonna try it.
No, there was only like
And they
4
followed
little
that up, but they're doing
pieces.
great. Think long run here, long run.
Four
Williams
little
checked into the team. They
nuggets.
said right now he is just
Do you want me
managing
to
his
get you a
stuff.
bowl of fruit?
The Exalter on board takes us for a ride.
The
with William
Exalter.
Byron.
I do like to look at this 24 car. What he's able to do, put the left side tires right on the yellow line. Really not having to use a lot of racetrack. He's been a little bit faster than Hamlin the last few laps. Looks very smooth. Look at the steering wheel. Look how little movement there is in the steering wheel. No movement back to the right. A tiny bit right there as he crosses over the seam. So everything's pretty calm right now. Let's go to Briscoe. Briscoe is running back in 10th place. About 2.5 tenths.
Briscoe's got to
second
catch
off.
up.
Let's look at his steering wheel. Oh boy. How much more movement he's got? Back of his car. Car doesn't turn very well in the middle. Wants it to rotate a little better, but he doesn't have the rear grip he's looking for either. It gets in the corner, turns. He's always checking that turn back to the right. That's checking the rear grip. Back of the car is not in the racetrack. You can see why the 24 is faster than the 19.
Made up those early positions, 2 early positions, but he's parked at 10th at the moment. Chase Briscoe, while the other championship 3 are in the top 4 positions. Remember, you don't have to win this race to win the title if you're part of the championship 4. You just got to be the highest finishing car out of the 4.
Not like the previous playoffs.
The 21 of Josh Berry, 2 drivers that were fortunate to make the playoffs this year. Blaney went deep into the playoffs. Barry had a little bit of struggle in the first round. I think coming here this weekend, when we just looked at handicapping the overall speed, everybody kind of had the 12 circled. He was so good at New Hampshire. It's a very similar style of racing, very similar, setup and tire combination. It'll be interesting to see as the day goes on how Blaney chooses to race those championship 4, because it's delicate, Dip. He's not going to just pull over and get out of the way, but you also probably have to use a little bit more caution than normal. You don't want to be part of the story and eliminate somebody's championship opportunity with a mistake.
Beast.
Kyle Busch, as we look from the Xfinity Mobile of Tyler Reddick up ahead of Kyle Busch, multi-time winner here in Phoenix, 2-time Cup Series champion. It's been a rough year. He'd love to end on a high here in Phoenix and head into the off-season with some positivity.
See right now, only 24 laps.
Cheddars.
25 laps into
What even
this
is
race.
cheddars?
Still 36 to go at this stage.
Restaurant? Like
He's
a
tired.
probably
You can see the rubber on the
cheddar,
racetrack.
cheddar
You can see it
cheese.
flying off the race cars every now and then.
Probably have good
Longest anybody
sandwiches.
went in practice yesterday was 30
No,
laps. Look at
nothing
that
is
on the
better than
camera.
Checkers.
These
Yeah,
tires are
Scratch
designed
Kitchen.
and built to lose a lot of speed.
Get a
As the
lot
run goes
for not
on,
a
the
lot.
drivers have been asking for it. Goodyear delivered. There is a ton of tire fall off. And I think right now drivers are having to manage that.
Yeah, like you said, they have to save the tires,
Mom.
Mom.
Will do on a long run and what it won't do.
Well, they learn in practice, that's for sure. There were 4 issues in the first 10 minutes in practice. And they were
Your
playing around,
favorite.
Stevie, with tire pressure in Canberra.
You're-
And they
you
learned
like-
the hard way.
Yeah,
love
I would
his
say even
baby.
though we've run
Rookie.
26 laps without issue here today.
I'm
not
rooting
just
for
assume that
Rookie.
means it's
Why do you
gonna be great
like
all day long.
Rookie?
It doesn't shock
Well,
me that
'cause
people
he's a
think
little
they
fighter,
were
and he's been
conservative
fighting
over
for
those
his
issues.
whole life.
Put some air pressure back in the
What
left
is he
rear, but
fighting
as the race
about?
continues and it becomes
You have to
clear you're
Google
not
it.
quite
I'm not
fast
gonna
enough, you know
go
that
into all that
adjustment
right now.
is almost
At
instant
Brits, 'cause
speed.
I paused
If
this.
so, if
Here,
after
I'll
this
Google it
practice
for you.
issues that you mentioned it started right away with one of the championship
Uh-oh.
for Chase Briscoe. Flat left rear tire. Then his teammate, the 20th Bell, another
Uh-oh.
flat left rear tire. And, you know, so you made adjustments to be safe.
Uh-oh.
I know crew chiefs. I was one. I will tell you, you're going to ease
This is
off
much
from
about
those
Toyotas.
adjustments to try to put some more speed in your car as the day goes. And being a crew chief is no different than being a driver, right? You have to operate
Oh.
on the edge.
Read it.
If you're not on the edge,
Oh.
you're not going to be going fast enough. Already a second and a quarter slower than the fastest lap, so that grip that we expected to fall away is doing it.
Talk more about the race leader and championship contender Denny Hamlin. Here's Marty.
Yeah, Lee, just 28 laps into the race and becoming very evident to these race teams very quickly. The key today is how good are you going to be on older tires? Denny
He's
Hamlin
good.
radio to
He's
Briscoe
only
just
5 months
moments
old.
ago
That's a
said,
tiny
I've lost a
baby.
little bit of
But
lateral
he's
grip
okay.
off of turn
Yeah,
4.
but that's a lot to go through.
This is the sad part. It's finding it difficult to be away from the family.
Obviously. You know.
The
off-season's gonna be awesome for him.
To match that marker, and he's picked up time since.
And Marty for Kyle Larson.
So he only has
Before
one
he lost a
kidney,
spot, the initial start there, and then has settled in
'cause they
in
had
the
to
fourth
take it
place
out.
Is that
position.
bad?
And often
Yeah.
I'm asked, what makes Kyle
And then he had a
Larson so
tumor.
good? I think we saw it throughout this
Yeah.
weekend in practice and qualifying. He's one of the first to use an unusual line down
Oh,
1
God.
and 2 and 3 and 4 going higher up the race.
Already 30 laps into the 312 event.
I asked his crew chief, Cliff Daniels, what was that? He said, that's classic Kyle
Really
Larson. He
cool.
was able to make
Look,
speed on an
after
empty
having
racetrack that
surgery in
others are
November,
not right now.
it
It's
just
been helping
turned
him.
November
Like you mentioned,
yesterday.
in terms of moving his line to try and find
That
a
was
little bit more speed.
2024.
Look for him to start
2025.
trying to short his entries and get straighter exits on the exit of corners to try and conserve those rear tires a little bit.
This is
30 down,
he's
31
currently
down, 29
in the
going,
hospital
stage
still.
1, and
Okay,
less than a
Mom,
second between Hamlin and Byron at the front.
Oh, here's here his.
Yeah, look how beautiful he is. He's so cute. He's so cute.
All right, we're back.
NASCAR 25 is available now for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. You can get the real NASCAR experience, build your own team, race online, and go door to door with the stars, and learn more at NASCAR25.com. Championship Day, part of Championship Weekend, continues here. Been 2 fantastic days prior
Come on,
with
Roy
the Truck Series finale, the Xfinity Series finale last night, and now here we are with the Cup Series decided. Denny Hamlin has seen his advantage basically cut in half with William Byron,
Come on,
who
Willie.
is on the surge.
Look at that right there, how much lower William Byron's able to leave the corner. Steve talked about it, how 3 and 4 is completely different than this end of the corner. William now is running the high line, tries to turn, leave low, gain tons of momentum on corner exit. He is coming. He is definitely faster than the 11. Watch down here. Let's see if they do the same thing. Denny Hamlin goes to the bottom. Byron to the top. And right there, Denny's car will not stay on the bottom as long as William Byron's is. William is definitely faster. He just has to find a way around.
Steve, you work for Rick Hendrick. He's
You
trying
good,
to win
Mom?
his 15th Cup Series title here today. Rick Hendrick said earlier this week on SiriusXM NASCAR, he said, William Byron, as he is right now, reminds him of a young Jimmy Johnson for the reason of his dedication to study, his application to the preparation. And William told us earlier this week that he, as a big golf fan, has learned from Scotty Scheffler, world #1. If you turn up to the first tee knowing you've done your homework and your preparation, you aren't
He's
nervous.
getting
You
very
shouldn't be
close.
nervous. You agree?
Absolutely. I think
Oh, look how close he is.
that is something that you have to figure out for yourself. And nerves are a natural reaction to the size of the moment. It's almost respect and
Will we
appreciation
get a
for the
good
opportunity
finish?
ahead. So you can't eliminate that part of it. That adrenaline is good. What you have to figure out is, are there some undue nerves? Are there unanswered questions? Could you have done something more during the week? I thought that was fascinating when William said that. And I got that prepared approach feeling really from all 4 drivers, Jeff.
And I think today is a unique challenge. No one really knew coming into this race what
Come on,
these
Willie.
new tires were going to do. Short run speed versus long run speed. Denny Hamlin was the fastest driver on the track, 16 of the first 25 laps, but none since the 25th lap. So right now, the 11 knows, look, they're really good, right? But they know they need to be a little bit better on the long run.
See Mr. Hendrick on the left side sitting on the 48 pit box. No surprise to me that Jeff Gordon and Mr. Hendrick, both co-chairmen, Mr. Hendrick obviously the owner, Jeff Gordon the co-chairman, they're going to split the 9 and the 48 pit box. Let the 24 and the 5 race under their own pressure.
Let's check out this progressive telemetry.
Why are you wearing a blanket?
Because I don't want to carry it. I don't have an extra
I
hand.
think William Byron has the advantage.
Look how
over
close
the
they
11.
are. Come on.
He's able to go wide open throttle.
They're there.
Look at the ground he made up.
Damn, they're about to lap them?
No, they're all
Let's
laps.
listen to some 24 radio.
Wait, who?
Okay, just a little bit for
Byron's about to lap Denny?
Actually, Bill, a little bit
Who's in front of Denny?
I don't know. Lap cars?
It sounds crazy when you're talking about a 2-time Daytona 500 winner as a pivotal moment in his career. But last weekend in Martinsville has still got everybody talking about the way that this man, William Byron, went about winning that.
But Denny Hamlin knows that he's got to find
That
something
was his
different.
race.
Uh-huh.
What he's been doing in 1 and 3 and 4 wasn't working. So now look at him. He's trying a different line. He was all the way down here on the bottom of the racetrack. Now he's in the 2nd and 3rd groove, catching some lap traffic. Denny Hamlin now will be forced to the bottom of the racetrack. Williams saw that, so he went to the middle where hopefully he was looking for some clean air. Let's see what Denny Hamlin does this time. He's got a little bit of a gap, so it's an opportunity to experiment, but right back to the bottom.
Let's go, Willie.
Hamlin said coming into this championship
Ooh.
finale that yes, while he's got a specific philosophy about car setup,
got this,
he said,
Willie.
I won't go into the race with a hard and fast strategy, Steve. I have to be adaptable and change with the
Willie,
circumstances.
Denny, let's
Well, you
go,
don't
let's
win
go.
60 races without understanding that it's
Come on, Ty,
nearly
move out the way,
impossible to
Mr.
predict
Wreck Byron.
what's going to go on during these races. You see Jeff Gordon. You see that fiery reaction from Jeff? You can't tell me that he doesn't ride every lap with the drivers that drive the race cars he oversees. There's a reason that man won 93 races. I was fortunate enough to win 10 of my career with Jeff Gordon. He taught me so much about racing, but the number one thing was that fiery attitude. You race every practice, every qualifying, every position, every lap.
I was unfortunate to race against him. And in this cockpit, William Byron is wearing the flame suit, the driving suit that Jeff made famous.
No, come on. Here we go. We're back at. Oh, they're close. Oh, I love that Michael McDowell Tide car. They better make a die cast of that before I die.
William Byron has reduced the deficit.
Oh, yeah.
Starting to zero in on the back of the race.
Let's
leader,
go, Byron.
contender Denny Hamlin. Kyle Larson has lost a spot. He slipped back to 5th as Ryan Blaney gets through.
Yeah, the handling issues for the 11.
Ooh, they're
has
close.
to be overcome by itself, but now that he's in traffic and he loses the preferred lane or has to run a little bit shallower exit, that's where the
Ooh.
handling advantage of the 24 really shows up.
Ooh.
So right here, 11 to the bottom. He's going to have some trouble on exit. He's going to have the 35 on the outside. No, he'll have the clear exit, but the 24 still has momentum.
Can't wait to see what William Byron does in the 24 car
Come
here.
on,
Go to
let's
the top.
go. Who's gonna get?
Yeah, there
Oh,
you go. I love this move. Go somewhere different.
oh! Here he goes.
William Byron.
Ah, is he gonna be enough?
To Denny Hamlin. 52 laps.
Here he comes.
Seeing something
Ah,
like
it's
this.
not gonna be enough.
What we haven't seen is the ability to run as high
3
as
wide. Here he comes.
Williams
He
said,
cleared him.
I'll just make it 3 wide into the middle.
Oh!
Riley Herbst on one side, Hamlin on the other, Shane Van Gisbergen up ahead. New race leader, it's William Byron in the 24. Hendrick Motorsports versus Joe Gibbs Racing. 2 cars each in the championship.
Ooh,
four,
there we
2 in the
go.
top two.
Byron
Here
takes
is
him
Byron
over.
in the lead.
So advantage Byron with the motivation that you drove up and passed the 11. Now if you're the crew chief, Chris Grail and Denny Hamlin, I'm reminding my driver, it's okay, we're going to make adjustments. Really focus on that 24. Let me know where you think our car has to be better now that you've seen someone in front of you.
It
who
was
is
just
better. Remember,
3,
Denny's led the
4
whole
wide.
race. He hasn't been able to judge
For
us
the
really
race
anyone else,
lead,
Jeff.
4 wide
Now
for
I
the
want you to
race
look
lead.
right out the window and
Byron
tell me,
took
what
it
is
over
this
from
24 doing
Hamlin.
that ours isn't? Where can I help you?
And also, if I'm
Okay.
William Byron, I'm not showing you everything. I don't have to win
I see
this
John
stage
Hunter
by
name check right
10
there.
car lengths. I can win it by 1. I'm not going to show you all of my strengths.
Yeah, Hamlin's going crazy. I've never seen him
This
race like
12
this.
car Blaney, he is absolutely flying. Fastest car on the racetrack.
Yeah, the leaders are going to deal with this 12 before this day is out. If he can't end the year with a championship, he'll end the year with a victory.
Look how
I just
low
like-
Byron
I like
is.
that 24
Mom.
car. Look where he can run. Anywhere. He runs the top, he runs the bottom, he makes the line. He just has flexibility in his car. Puts it right on the bottom.
It's a
He
cool
makes that
Nemechek
work.
car.
I just think right now this 24 car is without a doubt the best.
That
4
blue
laps to
one?
go in
Yeah.
this opening stage as he breezes past
That's
Johanna
Nemechek?
Nemechek.
Yes,
That's his
For the
coolest
Legacy
car
Motor
yet.
Club.
he has core ones.
And Hamlin's seeing that 12 grow larger in his rearview mirror. Here
What's
comes
happening?
Way
Ryan
better
Blaney.
than the Dollar Tree.
What's happening to Hamlin? Why is he falling back so much?
Tires, maybe.
Look, there's
Well,
Blaney.
as well.
So at the conclusion of this stage, we'll do the same as you're doing at home and what the respective crew chiefs will have to do. How does it look? What adjustments do they have to make?
Some
Boy.
Because the longer that this stage went on, William Byron just
or he's
looked
just
stronger and
super
stronger.
saving his tires.
Right there. The 12 car just changes direction
letting
with
it
less effort,
go by.
less tire scrub, and for that reason he then has exit, right? We talk about being loose off, but if
And
the car
Hamlin
turns in
is
the
gonna
middle,
lose
you can
another
straight the wheel
spot
and it
to
helps the
Blaney.
second half of the corner.
Oh,
You're gonna
is
see
he-
it
is
again.
he
Even with the
going
upper
to?
line,
No,
which should
he's
give you a
not.
little bit more
Eventually.
acceleration. He's unable to do it. The bottom lane of Blaney
Yep.
matched it down the straightaway. Remember the
Eventually,
strength
though.
of William Byron
Yeah.
last week to win that race in Martinsville
know.
to beat Blaney was a long run. He got
No.
long run speed.
I think
Oh,
he's
yeah.
just trying
Maybe
not to
take
get involved in
advantage.
any
And now he's
accidents.
got it
Yeah.
again today.
You know? Ruin his chance at the championship with something
Two-
stupid.
About to be 1 lap to go for
So
stage
it's-
1.
Top right box there, watches on with a lot of interest.
What an amazing conversation he had in pre-race.
White flag,
That
1 lap to
interview
go
with
in
Coach
stage
talking
1.
about his legacy, his relationship with Denny, what it would mean to go get a
So
championship
far, so
with
quick
Denny.
for this race.
At this point
Oh,
in his
Nemechek
career,
just ran it so up
is that
high.
Jeff, you
Yeah,
had that
he's just
question to
trying
Denny.
not to
Such
get-
an emotional
he
moment.
needs
I
to
wasn't
get
expecting it.
He's already laps. John Hunter,
Final
Nemechek.
lap
Yeah,
of
for
stage
sure.
1 brought to you by Credit One.
Here we
Bank
go,
and
Byron.
William He had to really chip away and work. And
Off
Denny
turn
Hamlin out in
4
front,
to
but
the
got
line.
by.
Byron
We'll
wins
take
stage
this
1.
first stage. So, as far as a first important step in his quest to become a first-time NASCAR Cup Series champion, that was an important one. Good first stage.
And Briscoe finishes 10th.
Briscoe finished 10th. Clearly, he's the team and driver car that need the most improvement at this point.
Started 12th, finished 10th. Ryan Blaney finishes second behind Byron and Denny Hamlin.
Points ain't matter anymore.
So the 24 up front. The car now driven by William Byron, and that was since the start of 2018, but of course made famous by the co-chairman at Hendrick Motorsports and the Hall of Famer Jeff Gordon, who won all 4 of his Cup titles and all 93 races in it. It's a heavy load to carry, but William Byron is up for it.
Dun, dun, dun. Bum, 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 bum.
Great work by the pit.
Green flag is out. We're racing 1 lap.
Ryan Blaney's gone. The Menards Ford. Beautiful restart to commence stage 2.
Stage 2 is underway. Oh, 3 wide.
You've got all the championship 4 in the top half dozen positions.
Ooh,
Oh, he seemed to find a way
here's
to
Briscoe. He made, no, he's slowing down. Byron trying to make a move. Oh, they're side by side.
Do you want me to get mad at you or not?
He
You
did.
said you don't care.
Shut up, Jace. I'm recording.
About this argument.
I'm
I don't
recording,
care about
Jace.
this argument. It's
Short run
stupid.
speed versus long run speed.
HendrickCars.com on board. Let's ride with Kyle Larson. Have a listen.
Man, the end of this race is gonna get so sketch.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
I think-
already like so close to each
First go
other.
7.
First go
That's
6
the
now.
highest he's been the whole time.
Joey 6.
Joey 6,000.
And
Hamlin looking pretty pacey early on in this second stage. What appeared to be maybe Ryan Blaney taking off. Denny Hamlin's going with it.
Tied. Caution flag.
Caution's
Oh,
out for the
John
first time.
Hunter.
And it's John Hunter Nemechek.
Shut up, Jace.
Interesting spot at the end of the backstretch. I'm interested to see how he got here.
Caution flag is out. John Hunter Nemechek
Cars.
spins on the back
I don't
straightaway.
see any heavy damage to the car, at least on the right side or on the nose. We'll see if he can get
Oof.
it fired and drive away.
Did he lose a tire? I want to see a replay. He doesn't have any damage.
Wasn't having a very good day. Struggling a little bit. This isn't going to help it.
No, with only 3 green flag laps on the tires.
Where's the
I would
damage?
imagine
It must have
all
not
the
been a
leaders
big
will just
hit.
stay on the racetrack.
Yeah, there's no
Interesting
damage.
battle watching Blaney, Hamlin, Byron.
Is that a pop? Is that a downed right front? Yep.
You know, was that
No
long
right
run
front
speed?
tire. It's down.
Was it not all race car? Was it some of the fact that William was willing to be patient early in that first run, and he learned something?
Yeah.
He said, "Okay, let's don't push this thing too hard early." Go back
Let's
and
see
what we
it
can
side by
do down
side.
there
He's on the
before we
outside. Oh,
That's really cool. Congratulations.
he has 0 damage. He
It was a little
just
difficult
spun
to pick up.
Yeah.
by himself.
This might tell us more.
Oh, we don't have good camera angles, sadly.
Oh.
Oh, here's one.
Third time lucky. Ah, there is
Oh,
contact there.
contact. Who was that?
Nemechek's had a good year this year. More top 5s, top 10s, laps led in this year than any other season.
Can you help me?
Team Legacy Motorsports, Jimmy
Can you
Johnson,
help me?
the owner,
Close it.
7-time champion Jimmy Johnson, knows something about success.
Oh
He
yeah,
built
he has a flat right front.
on that
Really
this
did.
year. and
I
he's
opened
gonna
it.
improve throughout the year.
Don't do that anymore.
So John
I'm
Hunter
recording.
Nemechek is limping his way back to the tied pit road. And speaking of that, let's head there now. Let's get some updates.
Sorry.
Parker Kligerman, kick us off.
Well, Lee, for Kyle Larson, who's currently
Ugh.
4th right now, there was a lot of discussion as he got to the end of the first stage about his tire wear and how he felt like he abused the right rear. But they also had some interesting comments about some of the competitors. Take a listen.
Would you be able to see what Williams looked like? Because he was much better than me in the end.
Yeah, we're going to find out. And we heard the 11 call out over the radio. They had one small cord on the right front also. They said their right rear did not have one.
So you heard there, just comparing to his teammate there, William Byron, also compared to Denny Hamlin and some of the cording they saw on the right front, which they had as well.
So that's part of the tire we talked about. Goodyear intentionally built a tire that will wear out, lose speed, and some of that is just the rubber coming off the tire.
So it just got going in the second stage
He's
with
out.
under
Oh,
caution.
yeah.
First
Dylan.
race caution of the day. We'll reset things and get going when we come back.
He's trying to get his lap back.
Well, hell, I can do that.
Well, hell, I can do that.
So you might be able to
All
try
right.
to beat the clutch, but it's a very complicated project.
Let's
Jeff,
get
the good
it.
news is on the racetrack, it's not an issue. The clutch isn't used, but pit stops become nearly impossible. This isn't like a 4-speed. You can't knock it into neutral. You would have to lever it all the way forward and find neutral.
Exactly. Right now, in this restart, he's not going to use the clutch at all.
Here we go.
Accelerate, go through the gate.
Green flag is out and we're underway.
Push stop, push line, restart zone, and Blaney's done it again. Great restart.
Ooh, they're like 4 wide.
They fan out as they always do. They typically do, but look at Denny.
Byron on the inside. Hamlin making it work. Here's the Larson on the outside too. 5 wide. In the back, there's Briscoe making a move. Side by side in turn 2. Oh, Bill gets loose. 3 wide.
77 Delaware light car goes around the
Hamlin
outside.
goes
The
up
youngster is in the
to
mix.
first. Larson
Day.
falls back to second. Byron leading them in third. And Briscoe last of the championship 4 in 7. They're still side by side, 3 wide most of the field. Here comes the Hurricane. Louis Diffie says. Ooh.
Jeff, you said it. We usually see that, I call it the ball field or the flat area of the dogleg, used a lot more early.
3 wide, and 4 wide on the bottom.
Some of the tire
Ooh, they almost.
a little bit lower air pressure if it didn't have that real rough transition lap.
Bowman just came up the track.
4 wide there with Alex Bowman and Austin Cindric and Christopher Bell and the one of Ross Chastain. Meanwhile, look at Hamlin in the top box as he stretches his advantage now.
They're still
second.
top 3.
He didn't quite get to that with William Byron earlier on, so Hamlin boasts his biggest lead of the day.
And Jeff, unlike stage 1 that was only 60 laps, the much longer 125 lap stage 2 will require a pit stop. If something happens, you can do it under yellow, but if not, it will definitely be under green as we ride on board with Reddick and the Xfinity Mobile onboard camera.
It's crazy back here. Every single week we see the badness of being back mid-pack, how wild it is.
Casey Mears is out of the race.
This is something you never see. Denny Hamlin is over a half a second faster than second and third place. That tells me that what Denny Hamlin is doing, he is learning and pushing his race car. He wants to know what it will and will not do. These two guys, they aren't doing that. They are thinking long run speed. They're thinking if I push too hard, it's going to hurt my long run speed. And Denny has said to heck with it.
That's true.
I'm going to go and just push my car as hard as I can.
Well, half the option is save tire half speed late, or Jeff, get a big gap. Get a big lead and let him try to chase you down.
Denny Hamlin told us earlier this week that he studied his teammate Christopher Bell, who's a multi-time winner here in Phoenix.
No.
He wanted to know
Championship
what made Bell
4
so good here and how
is.
Bell drove the car. And
No,
Denny
they
in the
take it
sim
down.
made changes
Yeah.
he would have to drive and almost relearn how to drive Phoenix Raceway. He said it's either going to work or it's not. I'm up for that change. I'm willing to do it. Well, that change is working now to the tune of almost a 2-second advantage over Kyle Larson. He's going for a push light on board Ross Chastain.
You see some very close racing right there between Bell and Cindric. Chastain going to go 3 wide bottom.
Sunday night football.
No, it's the NBC logo at the
We
top.
talked a lot about the championship 4.
Yeah.
Chastain really, when you look at Phoenix specifically, is the only non-championship 4 race winner.
That's what most people do.
Years ago, an impressive drive out of the 1, and then you look at the 77 of Hocevar running 5th. Jeff, you know, we make a lot of Hocevar because he does find some ways to get himself into dudes.
Hocevar.
But man, he has a lot of raw speed in that car.
Yeah, he certainly does. His crew chief, Luke Lambert, I think this offseason it'll be important for that team just to get together and kind of like be focused. What's our goal on us every single week? And one of those things has to be get to the finish of the races.
Oh, you see Josh Berry there in that red and white. Dex imaging for the Wood brothers. There's the 21 up high. He's right behind Austin Cindric. He got a little out of shape there. Good catch. Chase Elliott on the inside in the Napa 9. Hamlin now 2.2 seconds out in front. As he comes across the line, that's more than likely to grow even more over Kyle Larson. Almost 2.3, so another 10th now. So he's taking option B, Steve. Not being conservative, he's going for it.
I like it, and I like what Jeff was saying. You know, he's obviously pushing and learning. We heard a few reports from pit road about some tire wear, maybe a few cords. It didn't sound like anything too urgent from all the radios I was reading. But this rate, you know, this...
Lap 89 of 312. God,
you actually shouldn't run as long on a set of tires here as you did stage 1.
He's been the fastest car every lap since the restart. Here's the McDonald's 23 of Bubba Wallace. The Brickyard 400 winner. And featured so heavily in these playoffs. But there's something going wrong with it.
Yeah, something's wrong with the 23.
Uh-oh,
He's
he's...
turned left and he's just overall down on total speed. I don't know if it's an engine issue or a gearing issue, but you see cars left and right. Is he looking for pit road?
Is he going to pit road? No.
Oh, but he missed the entrance. We'll have to see if the 23 can get back around to pit road.
I have to be a caution if he's not going to make it.
Didn't quite pick up that radio.
Sounds like it's a power issue. They're giving him some reports about the master switch trying to turn it on and off, so maybe it's an electrical issue.
Throttle related, like.
You just see it's just not up to speed,
that
not
was
up to
close.
power. You don't see any smoke out of the tailpipes. That would tell you it's an obvious engine issue, Jeff. But you know, these engines are electronically controlled with ECUs, so it could be a sensor, much like your car at home, Parker. If the sensor doesn't know what the engine needs, it's not going to run properly.
Right, Steve, it's a throttle position sensor issues, what the team is saying.
He's good. He's still running. He's just last.
There where throttle is, and so the engine isn't getting the right message as to where that throttle
Last
is right
the
now.
non-lock car.
Cycle through and figure out the problem.
So it's a mechanical throttle, right? It's not drive-by-wire. You step on the pedal, it moves, right? It's a cable-driven wire. But if the engine thinks it's at wide open or zero throttle, there are some protections about hung throttles. There's a protection about saving an engine with a throttle position and oil pressure. So it can really lose its mind if it doesn't understand where Bubba Balls has the throttle. Let's listen in.
It's a three-way tie for the championship?
It's whoever finishes first between the four. Like ahead of the other four.
This man right here, remember, Danny Hamlin last week at Martinsville. He didn't need to do anything special there. He was already in the championship four, but he was kind of cruising in second. I think by his time, when the engine expired on the 11, Marty.
Yeah.
When that lead for Hamlin, he has stormed to the lead.
No. He races part-time, though. Like, this year, he only ran 2 races.
He is really giving up the front end of the run here. And Hamlin told Chris Gale something very interesting. He said, what happens here? His spotter, Chris Lambert, keeps saying, hey, make sure it lives, make sure it goes. But to your point, Hamlin seems to be
He's tied with Richard
experimenting.
Yep.
But what is he learning in this experiment, Jeff?
Look, I like what he's doing here as long as he doesn't damage the tire, right? I like the fact he's just pushing his car as hard as it will go to understand what they will need for, number one, a short run. This thing gets down to the end, you get a 20-25 lap run. What does my car need to do better?
20-25, Jim. Oh, he's going to go pit road, right?
Now, if I'm going to push hard for the entire run, where does it go? Can we make it? What do the tires look like?
Nope.
What adjustments do we need to make? So, you know, this, unlike all the races throughout the year where they're racing for stage points and all that, they're not. They're racing for just the best finish of the race. So is this team experimenting a little bit here just so that they know what they need in any scenario? Because you need a long green flag run at the end of this race. What are you going to do?
Right.
He's going to know more about that than the other guys.
You talk about the scope of the year, Jeff. Well, the 6-time winner this year, Denny Hamlin, his season has been punctuated by various issues, Steve. Texas in early May.
Oh, damn.
Issue, you see the fire out from underneath the car, and then Kansas. A clutch issue for the 11. Sound familiar? Same issue they're fighting today. They ended up damage in the clutch beyond repair. Had to go back and fix it. Then it was a throttle issue at Talladega.
It wasn't over yet.
And then Martinsville, just a week ago, as I mentioned, doing a nice job.
Yeah, he hasn't had a nice year.
Steve, what concerns me the most about this 11 car is that they had a clutch problem yesterday.
Yeah, Saturday, Friday in practice, yeah.
Friday. If they had an opportunity to work on it, to try to make it better, they bled it, try to get any air out of the system. That didn't fix it. So what is the problem?
And fellow Toyota driver Paul Wallace on pit road.
Oh my God, there is an ad break right now. And we're back.
You're watching the NASCAR Cup Series Championship Day here on NBC, presented
Can you turn that down?
Perez Tree. Beautiful day here in Phoenix. Lee Diffie, Jeff Burton, Steve Letarte with you, the whole gang, and Daniel Suarez.
Look at Daniel Suarez's car, Mom. Look.
Freeway Insurance, because we're excited to welcome them as a premier partner of the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series and the official Choose Rule sponsor.
This is his final start in the 99. That's why he's running a special car.
Fans, the sport, and the spirit of America. Together we're empowering drivers everywhere to make the smart choice with Freeway Insurance. Daniel Suarez, who's been a Freeway Insurance ambassador with Trackhouse Racing, he's coming to the end of his 5th full season with Trackhouse. He's off to Spire next year, and look at this. Team giving him a beautiful send-off with an awesome car with big decal saying thank you, Daniel. So wishing him well. As
caution is out. His teammate SVG spun on the front straightaway.
See some smoke out the back. I can't tell if it's engine or tire. Right side's look up is the left one.
And then it just spun on me.
Nope, there you have it. It spun out.
Oh!
One of the championship four.
Oh God, that's
Chase Briscoe. Tell us more, Dave.
Tire down. He radioed that.
no. That's it.
But you can see
He's in the playoffs.
In practice, it was left
Tire
side.
down for
What you
Briscoe.
imagine would be the air pressure
He's
issue,
gonna be
so
starting
it'll
last,
something over
guys.
what happened. Remember, these tires
Oh,
have been
no.
out for quite some time, plus a caution and a cycle. Now he's trying to get it back to James Small. You see the concern in the bottom left.
It wasn't meant to be.
Orchestrating the team about not only getting the
Crew
tire
chief is like,
change,
"Shit."
but trying to limit the damage, right? So
Get in there, guys.
First things first, right rear tire off. You're gonna look inside
Man.
and see what kind of damage it did.
What kind of
to the
damage? 'Cause
brake,
that
the
was
brake line. You see
right.
the boarding, that's what they're kind of trying to get.
Oh wow, look at the tire. That rim is the tire.
Now the question is how much damage has been done to the 19.
Oh wow.
He was running 5th position.
He was 5th place and now he's gonna be last place, 28th.
Of all the teams, unfortunately, this is going to set him back.
What a
Ooh.
huge break, though, that we were under yellow for an incident with the 88. If this was under green, this would have been just like dead ender.
Championship ender. Have a listen.
Tire down. Copy.
Did you hear that boom?
Number one, he did not wreck the race car. That
Mm-hmm.
was a fortunate break. Number two, look at the front. You see the smoke? The smoke is the caution for the 88 cars. He spun out. So
Let's
in
see
that
the actual
situation,
caution.
A lot of good things happened here for that 19.
Oh, he just got loose at the top.
Richmond, you think the corner's over. It isn't.
He did a 360 no scope, baby.
Spun it out. You know, hats off to him.
Oh, that was cool.
This isn't the send-off he's looking
Not
for.
cool for him, but it was cool to watch.
Continually improving, moving up inside the top 20 on a lot of the ovals. I can only
We were
imagine
just
running
talking
for-
about his
I think it's
teammate
88
Daniel
that
Suarez
we
at
want
the
to
time
really
too.
next year.
Last 3 races,
This
all
Celsius
in the
car is
top
boring.
15, of course, on ovals.
Which one?
Progress
Remember
being
for the
made, but
SVG?
he said it
Eh.
on the radio. It's no
Yeah.
grip. It just spun on me.
And again, we keep talking about the
I like
tires
the
and
Cody
how
Ware car.
They are built to wear out. And every driver I talked to said when they lose grip, it is a handful.
1, 2, 3.
That's gonna be cool for the those 3 other championship 4 drivers. That's the one less person to worry about.
They're all. He was in the back anyway.
No, he was 5th place. He was in the front, Mom.
Especially after what we just said.
Yeah, just in general, just it's
The rest of them have been 1, 2, 3 the whole time.
Brake concerns, Jeff. It's a very odd track. By
Odd.
definition, it's not a short track. If you use brakes like a short track, you can overcool them. There's
down.
so much going on. This
Me?
19 car, Chase Briscoe, it's going to be very interesting to see what kind of damage they feel that flat tire did, and what they feel they can repair. Let's listen into the 19.
What caused that? But I had a vibration that will run again. Probably very subtle. Yeah, from like last 3, I would say. It was pretty, terrible, but I mean, it was.
Yeah, he looks very worried.
So Friday in practice, they had a flat tire, and then they were really unable to run a lot because he kept talking about vibrations. There's Coach Gibbs, obviously concerned, looking on. So a couple things. What can happen?
Mom, look at Coach
is the
Gibbs'
tire
face.
can be
Look.
damaged, it can
Jace!
be there, it can go flat. And general
Stop.
driver, you can have no idea.
Look at my face.
The other thing
I
that
look
can
like
happen is these,
Coach Gibbs.
these tires have belts in them. And if you get low enough on air, whether that's your setting or maybe you just run something over.
Stop,
it
Jace!
goes down, it can break one of those belts internally. And it
All right,
just
pit
picks up
stops.
like a harmonic, kind of like
You
a little
good?
bit of turbulence, like a high-speed
No, pit
turbulence
stops.
in the tire. You heard he said it all the way from maybe lap 3 of this run.
And he said a vibration again. Because we talked about a vibration on the first run of the race also. You get to the point as a driver, you're like, hey, they all vibrate. Why
Pit
am I
stop
going
to
to try to
see
do it, right? So
what's
he
gonna
was
happen
given
and
that
what's not.
information after the fact, because he had a vibration
Pit stops can
in practice,
determine
he
a
had vibration
champion,
in the
too.
first- on the first run.
We still got half
Why
the
do I need
race
to
to
keep
go.
repeating myself?
All right, ball
More.
goes from the
Do you
track
know
to
what
pit
this
road,
orange
ball gets
spot is
tossed,
right there?
special teams.
Water.
It's like, you sit around for
Dry
20,
to colored
30
water.
minutes dip, and then you're expected to jump into action.
Keep in mind, the Hendrick duo, the 5 and the 24, their respective pit crews have been...
All right, everyone
spectacular
comes in
this
besides
season.
the
Do
people
they
that
do it
already
again,
pitted.
Marker, and are they able to leapfrog Denny Hamlin? We'll find out. Let's go to tight pit road.
That would be the hope here for the 5 team. They told him he's being beat in turn 4, and Kyle let them know he's trying to be delicate on the right rear, and that's very hard to do. They're going to continue to loosen him up in the center of the
That
corner
looked
to
like
try
a
to couple
mistake
on
for
that
pit
speed.
road for Larson.
Teammate William Byron said no big
Damn.
balance complaints, just lazy that run, and I didn't
They haven't even got there, and he's already out.
Yeah, because that's when you qualify. When you qualify, that means your pit road spot is farther up, which means that's better too. Mom. Hamlin is gonna be the mom.
It's no. Hamlin comes in with the lead, and I'm pretty sure won that drag race against Kyle Larson to keep the lead.
That was close though. Good stop from the 5 team. That was really close between the 11 and the 5 of Hamlin and Larson. Again, here's the reason why we're under caution. One of the championship 4, Chase Briscoe. Tire issue. Fortunately, it happened under caution.
Yeah, but what's this car gonna feel
One is
like
for the
now?
parents. Yes, us. Because we need magic too. So, can we go on a Disney?
Bum 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 bum.
NASCAR 25
Look at that.
is available now for
That'd be some
PlayStation
crazy
5 and
spots.
Xbox Series X. Get the real
You're allowed to
NASCAR
do that.
experience.
You buy
Build
tickets
your
for
own
the
team,
hill.
race online,
You
and
just
go
sit on
door
the
to door
hill.
with stars, and you can learn more at NASCAR25.com. Look at this day we're being treated to here in Phoenix. We're about half an hour southwest of downtown Phoenix, Arizona, here at Phoenix Raceway. And this discussion continues, this topic of discussion continues with Denny Hamlin.
So let's go on board with this Toyota on board. Just let's peer into this pit stop and specifically what Hamlin does and how he does it and watch the clutch. So Jeff, let's go on board and see what Denny does. You're in second gear coming into stop. Watch
Here,
his
let's
right
see him,
hand.
Mom. First
Watch his
person.
hand. He's coming.
This is what you see.
Stops. And now he puts it in gear. So right now his foot is on the clutch. He is holding it, holding it, holding it. It means the clutch is operating properly. Watch his hand, never moves it. Dumps the clutch and off he goes. Yeah, because he pulls it in second gear. So he only goes from second to first, like a motorcycle, right? He downshifts one time. I was wondering to see if we would see 2 downshifts. That would take it all the way to neutral. Allow his foot to come off the clutch. So currently, it seems like the 11 has enough clutch to perform the pit
All right,
stops.
here we go.
We'll have to just keep an eye on it, though. Remember, still 198 and at least 2. I would expect probably 4 more pit stops during the race.
And in
4
that
more.
passage, during stage
Tires,
2,
man.
Hamlin was able to eke out a 3+ second advantage over the Hendrick duo of Kyle Larson and William Byron. We'll see what this restart is like
right.
in the Busch Light
Briscoe's
restart zone.
32nd. He's last.
Pretty even between Larson and Hamlin. Byron is poised. That Dayglow yellow
Ooh.
for Blaney. Hocevar's in the mix.
Look at that. There's 6 wide everywhere. Jeez, stop.
As nerve-wracking as the day is for these championship 4, the last place you want to be is 7 rows back in that mix, right? You want to stay up front.
Ooh,
stay
3
out of
by
the
3 by
black
3
fire.
wide.
Yeah, remember, Briscoe's back at 32nd after his issues. So who is quietly sneaking his way forward. Keep your eye on that bright yellow and black DeWalt Toyota, the 20 for Joe Gibbs Racing and Christopher Bell. There he is right there. Multi-time winner here in Phoenix. Bell is making his way forward. '77 is Hocevar, 21 Berry. The light blue Busch Light car of 1 Ross Chastain. But yet again early after a restart, Jeff, Hamlin has kept the rest.
For sure, but Larson, to me, this run is not, I just get the sense Larson's not going
that's
to
loose.
get out there on him this time. The pace that Larson took off on their second, third lap of this run was faster than what he ran the last run.
It's going to be a tough day from here, Dave Burns, for the 19 of Chase Briscoe. Tell us more.
Yeah, you heard Jeff talk
Look
about
how
he
far back
restarted in
Briscoe is.
32nd position. That's because they came down to pit road
He's
twice.
last
The first time was
place.
to change 4 tires. Second time he went back out and said there was a vibration, so they came back in, tightened everything, and after they went green, listen to what he said.
Vibration still there is good. Terrible. Like shaking the wheel through the corner.
Terrible, he said.
So something really big happening, and he's way back in the pack already, guys.
Oh no.
He's out.
He is off the pace.
He's out.
He is
3 of them now.
nowhere
And then
near
there
the
was
back.
That tire did him in.
Look, still don't see.
It
still don't
damaged
see,
it. He was
still
riding
don't
on
see.
the car. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
There he is.
Did you pick up that radio? Did you say
Yeah,
something?
he's very slow.
Yeah, I think something is amiss on this car.
Yeah.
We thought it was maybe just a tire pressure issue.
Nope.
They obviously made mechanical adjustments, but something is.
He rode it a
you know,
little
the
too
car
long.
shouldn't vibrate
You can't
consistently.
drive when your tire's
At
flat.
all the
You need to
different
like pull
speeds.
over as soon as possible.
You can't pull over.
I know, but I mean,
So the
You have to go
19
into a pit.
I'm talking about
racing, it appears
you
the
damage your
mechanical
car.
issue. We'll keep an eye on it.
He
He's fighting
did what he
vibrations
had
the
to.
11 of Danny Hamlin continuing to
He
lead
finished
94
up.
laps today, but battling a clutch issue. Marty
All right,
Wilson here.
Larson and
Well,
Byron
Steve, that
behind
was a
them.
terrific on-board look with Denny Hamlin a moment ago about that pit stop. And Denny Hamlin was not 50 feet off of pit road and had this to say to Chris Gale.
Golly, the clutch, dude, it shoots me out like it's right on the edge of engaging, disengaging, because now
Uh-oh.
from the bottom out.
Here's
point,
another
I'm
issue
at
for
the corner
Hamlin.
out, disengaging, so it's not far from not engaging. At this point, let's just don't mess with the pedal anymore. Disengaging on that, somebody uses them.
you
Let
got
it
his
go.
fucking
Don't
shift
run.
though. You know?
Boy, there's a lot there, Steve.
Being
that
shift
sends
using
off
the
alarm
clutch.
bells for this 11 team. Number one, Chris Gale saying, hey, don't engage the clutch. Use it as minimal amount that you can because we may only have so many uses. And then you can
Jace, I'm about to send you outside.
Listen,
Recording.
I don't understand what's going on.
Caution. That's out for the rest of the day. So
But if you need to run around, go.
Pull the car under caution and see, do you want your driver to be able to do that so the engine's ready for that restart?
Yeah, so a lot to unpack. Let's just remind everybody, the clutch systems on these NASCAR vehicles, it's a hydraulic system. It's not a mechanical clutch, it's a hydraulic clutch. So when he says the clutch pedal is long, it has some sort of hydraulic issue. Jeff, you mentioned that they blended after practice, got air out thinking that resolved it, but something else is allowing air back into the system because here it is again. So instead of pumping it up like you would brakes, now he's advising his driver, hey, you know, if it slips at all, it's going to burn the clutch disc out of this thing. We might only have 4 or 5 good uses, so you can't cool the car. I don't want you to use it extra. I don't love anything about what I'm hearing out of this 11.
The thing that concerns me the most is Denny Hamlin said when he barely comes off the clutch, it engages it, right? Which what that tells me is he pushes the clutch all the way to the floor, gets it to work. When he just barely comes off of it, the car starts to roll.
Yeah,
So,
he's very far
if it
ahead.
gets any worse at all, when he pushes the pedal, will it engage the clutch? Because he's already at the end of the pedal to get it to engage. So as the clutch gets hotter, they tend to not work as well. Things can go, hardly anything works better at the end of the
Good
race
thing he's
than
at
it
the
does at
front.
the beginning of the race.
Yep.
Added heat, added uses. Are they at the end of the usage of this clutch? We just don't know. But I do not like that he only has just a tiny bit of clutch that's engaging.
Two totally different issues, but this has a similar feel to me of Kansas when he had the power steering issue, and he very nearly won that race. Here he is again, juggling with a different issue, but again, it's driving at the front with adversity. Toyota driver update. Obviously, Hamlin is the lead. I spoke about Christopher Bell earlier. Bell has worked his way forward to 7th.
And I said I thought Larson wasn't going to let him get away. Well, I was wrong.
2.2 seconds.
0.3 of a second, a lap. Look at the rubber flying off that top car.
Yeah, Larson's not letting him. He just has no option. This 11 car is shot.
I can drink water if I
This is
want.
the longest run we had is 61 laps. When we started this, they were going to have to go about 70 laps. Remember, the 24 was better than the 11 at the end of that long run. Let's see if this thing goes green, if it's changed any.
Because
Come on, Willie
that
B.
long run involves the next
Got this.
57 laps. That's how many is left in stage 2.
No, not admin. Hi.
What?
Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah. Figured if I have to watch the race, that's why I made him clean the floor and stuff. So I could bet fold. Yeah.
So, watch this.
Let's talk about innovation.
I'll take it from here. The wheel, the internet, and now new.
You can toss it at me. No, you can toss it at me.
Last
Recording
day.
and no.
It is championship day in the NASCAR Cup Series here on NBC, presented by Brez Tree. And
I
what
love
you're
you,
looking
Mom.
at there,
I don't think
a
you do. I don't think you actually care about my feelings at all.
And they are
Okay,
sold
Mom.
out.
You just care about
Stadium
what
is
I can
packed.
do for
What a
you.
sight
That's
here
all you care
on
about.
championship weekend.
Gimme,
Drive
gimme,
through
gimme.
kind of
You don't have
that
to be
way
so
to
mean.
get back to the TV compound, and I'm jealous.
I won't lie, I drive through there, they look like
Look at Briscoe. He's went from 32nd to 28th already.
Really impressive setups. They got sports
He might
on
catch up.
television in the evening or the morning when we come in. They go into the races during the day. What a great time.
I was going to say, I'm not jealous in the morning because they look like they've had a long
I was not jealous, but I was thankful I'm not there, yeah.
Denny Hamlin, 2.6 seconds out in front
6-7.
of Kyle Larson. And then William Byron sits in fourth behind Ryan Blaney. Tell us more, Kim Kern.
Yeah, Lee, and third of the championship drivers, which is where he's finished in the hunt the last 2 years. So what did they learn in those Tampa appearances the last 2 years? Rudy Fugle told me the first appearance, they were strong early, led laps, but when the shade crept into the track, they took a big swing and got behind. Last year, he said, we did all we could, but we weren't the best car, but we were willing to make a bold call. So how does that direct their race today? He said, we've got to keep up with the racetrack, trust our instincts, and know we are capable. Right now, Parker telling his drivers, stay in touch with the front of the field. There is still 49 laps to go in this stage, and a lot to gain.
And Kim, that's been the same for his teammate who's hoping to stay in touch with leader Denny Hamlin, number 5, and Kyle Larson here. He's just been struggling with the right rear tire. I want to say the impression I'm getting is that the 11 is just that much faster than the 5 right now. Kyle's been very descriptive. We go on the HendrickCars.com onboard about how he's trying to be delicate with the right rear, take care of that tire, but this is really all he has. The team has continued to try and loosen him up in the center of the corners to help that car be straighter on exit. But Kyle's just not been able to find the feel he wants. So Jeff, when you see a leader like Denny bolting away from you, and this is all you have, what do you try and do in that car when you try to tell your crew chief about what you need when you see a car that much faster in front of you?
Byron fell back to 4th.
I think communicating
From
to
Blaney,
the
Mom.
chief and the team, hey guys, here's where
Good
I
one?
am slower than he is. Here's what I'm struggling with. We
What's
cannot
wrong?
do anything to control his car, right? Nothing we can do about that, but we can our car. And where is the speed? How is he able to drive this much faster than me? And you just got to communicate. He's got to go to work.
not going to win.
No, he was at 30 or 40.
He had a bad tire blowout.
Yeah, he was at
And
30.
right now, Denny Hamlin's clutch is going out.
Actually, 26 compared to where he was is very good, right, Mom?
Yeah.
Car looks pretty good. You know, it's riding along, looks smooth, looks under control. Watch his hand movement. Car turns in the corner.
So Jeff, what I will add in this conversation is the other thing you have to do is you can only improve the balance so far, and you can't, swing for the fences and take yourself completely out of it. Right? The 11 is definitely, or the 5 has heard the 11's potential issues with this clutch. They know what they have going on. You don't know if it's going to come down to a 5-lap shootout, whether it's going to come down to a pit stop, but you can't panic and start making adjustments just because you think it's your only chance.
In every championship battle along every sport, Steve, when teams have to get out of what they do best, that's when they get in trouble, right? You get behind, you start football, you start throwing passes you don't normally do, throwing interception. And racing, the same thing happens, is you now look at your competition and you're just better. Like, we got to find something and do something different. And it is very difficult to understand what changes to make, not only from in the car, but outside the car.
Let's jump away from the championship four just for a moment. Let's talk about Ryan Blaney. Kim, a guy who could so easily
forgot
have
Blaney
been
existed.
in this conversation today of the championship four after that run last weekend in Martinsville from 31st to 1st, ultimately finished runner-up. But this guy here, he sits third at the moment.
This is the one race where most people do this for fun.
Martinsville was looking for a third straight appearance in the Champ 4. Fell one spot short of that. But talking to the team, they did not let that discourage them from getting things done today. Crew Chief Jonathan Haskell said we pretty quickly jumped to how to be better in 2026 after losing last week. It is now a company-wide focus to still win this race.
Larson is
Phoenix,
second.
playing a 4-time runner-up here. Right now they're saying feels better on exit this run. Still struggling with overall grip. But Marty, he needs more to lean on in the center.
In his second year in Cup, Carson Hocevar has been so impressive this year, especially late spring and in the summer. They were fantastic. More top 5s, top 10s, and laps led in 2025 than he's had in his Cup career. But the end of the season has been rough for this race team. Great example last week at Martinsville. He was involved in several cautions, but today, Dave, this would be a fantastic place to finish for Hocevar. He and Luke Lambert sitting in 5th right now.
20.
The 20 car of Christopher Bell qualified 20th yesterday, but when I talked to his crew chief Adam Stevens this morning, he was pretty confident about how good the car could be. Remember, Christopher has won here 2 times. He knows what he likes. The last run, he wasn't finishing the corner because he was too
started 20th, he's been 20.
But they made an adjustment for that, Parker.
He's in the age of 20s.
But he's methodically worked his way up to 9th. When I
Good,
spoke to
Mom?
his team this morning, his crew chief Alan Gustin, they felt very confident they had a good car for this race. Chase has remarked that he's been happy with the balance, and I asked, do you think this season has been successful? He said, absolutely. And we both reminisced that amazing win that Chase Elliott had at home at Atlanta this year. The crowd reaction to that. Yes, it hasn't been a championship weekend, but a lot for this team to build on as they go in the offseason later today.
One champion to another, a 2-time Cup Series champion, Kyle Busch, and the Cheddars Chevrolet for RCR. He just made a trip down pit road.
Oh, yeah.
He was running 20th. He ended up coming down pit road with a flat right rear. Let's listen.
Oof, oof.
Right there, tire just goes flat. This was a right rear, so left side's in practice.
Yeah,
this
that's
is the right
flat.
side. Now you see some damage on the bodywork, but I don't think that could get all the way to the tire, but maybe it is. Let's follow up. Kim, what are you hearing?
Yeah, just what you described, rear down, and this team had such a strong run last weekend. We're very optimistic coming into this weekend. Hit some gremlins in practice like you guys described. Had to pit on lap 144 for that rear down. The team continuing to adjust for some of the same issues he's experienced throughout this entire race, throughout this entire 148 laps. And that is just that he has absolutely no left front or right rear grip. So not the way they wanted to end this 2025 season.
Another tire
Oh.
looks like to be 16 of AJ.
It's the boring car. Caution is out. That's heavy damage.
That he's had today.
Dang, that's some major tire damage.
Yeah.
Looked very, almost, it looked very similar.
He's
to
got
what
a
he
pop
had in
tire and
practice.
then he smashed into the wall, I think.
That was a hard hit in practice.
It's my guess.
Look at
Oh
him.
my.
Remember, he's had
Huge crash.
multiple big hits the last several weeks. AMR team out there checking on him. AJ knows
Oh
that
no,
he
that's
too
gonna
much.
shuffle
He's just
everyone
getting
up
out.
close. It's good for Briscoe as he's already in the 20s.
So
Oh,
significant that this is the backup car. Let's have a look at what happened to AJ.
I'm in
He's in
there.
the corner, and there he goes. Once that happens, Steve, it
That's
just
hard.
does not turn, and you're along for the
Yeah,
ride.
I'm pretty sure he had a
This
pop
was
tire.
practice on Friday. Look at this hit. Car just doesn't turn.
That was the
Looks
same
so
thing.
similar between the two incidents.
That was so close
AJ was
together.
just on pit road about 15 laps
Those
ago.
two
Perfect.
crashes look like the same, Mom.
Man, I mean, I can only imagine AJ's got to be just
Yes.
super frustrated to take 2 big impacts with flat front tires.
And just wind the clock back just a couple of
I
weeks ago.
hate this track.
Went leading, big hit. He'll be happy to see the off season,
It's like
so he doesn't
blood.
have to deal with that again. Because that's
It
3.
does. Wait, why
It's
does
a
it
couple
actually?
weeks
It's
span.
red
The wall.
throughout the whole. The wall's
so it's
pink
funny
or
'cause we
blue.
ran green the first
Maybe
60
the
laps.
advertisement. There's
Everything
red.
was fine.
See? On that side?
Now
Yeah.
we're getting into the second stage. People
Yeah.
realize when they stacked up,
I heard my name.
you know, competition-wise, and
Already.
now we're starting to see some more flat tires.
Oh yeah,
some more
there's
issues,
already stuff all
People
over.
trying to push. I imagine we're going to see
There's blood.
all
He
the
hit a
leaders pit
person.
Here, though, with over 30 laps
All right,
on their
we're
tires.
pitting.
And
Push that clutch.
next time by 34
Downshift.
laps left
Yeah.
in this second stage. They're
You
coming all the way,
gotta,
Parker.
when you downshift, you
Yeah,
gotta
for Kyle
pull up the
Larson, he
clutch.
came
Look at the top of the Phoenix pit road grid at the very top. Look how far back Briscoe is. He qualified way far back.
He said, I know what to do here to get 4 tires, kid.
And
Yeah, he's
William
like
Byron just said,
way up there.
Yeah.
more than back of the car, but
Well, you want to be way up there.
I am not able
I mean,
to
Larson's
carry a lot
pretty
of
far
speed, so
back.
they will make a slight
Yeah.
adjustment for tires, Marty.
Kim Denny Hamlin has played his hand today, showing a willingness to push the car very early in the run. He says it still takes steps of tightness, but it's better than it's been all day long. We'll watch that clutch issue, but it goes off pretty clean here on pit road.
And he wins it off pit road once again.
Briscoe picked up 11 spots on that run, but it was a terribly vibrating 19 car. He said it vibrates the rears down the straightaway when they get to the corner. It vibrates the fronts. He called it
Briscoe.
violent.
So you may have noticed before the caution came out, Ryan Blaney did get Kyle Larson
Oh.
for second. Here is AJ.
Oh,
Larson
that's
in
so
contact
hard.
with the wall. They stayed as they were. The race off pit road. Hamlin still in front.
Dang. Pizza.
Let's go.
Wings and Crazy Bread, take my money! Get yourself so much more with Little Caesars More for $9.99 menu for a limited time.
Pizza, pizza.
NASCAR on NBC is brought to you by Credit One Bank, NASCAR American Express card, and by the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed.
Xfinity.
Bass Pro Shops on board to Chase
What is?
Briscoe. Made a dramatic leap on Tide Pit Road on that last stop. He's now back up into the teens. Here is the 2025 Toyota GR Supra, the official pace car for the NASCAR Cup Series and this championship finale.
Oh, we spent a few hours behind the wheel of that thing, Diff.
Well, Steve and I have to say thank you to you because you've treated us again for 14 races in a row.
We made it, Diff. We made it 14 weeks of pace car rides.
I always sit on the left, by the way, so I'm not the impact person.
Yeah.
I can tell you, I'm not riding with you two.
Well, let's talk more about that 19 we're riding along with.
All right, here we go, Mom.
Lehman Briscoe was one of the
31 to go in stage 2.
He didn't seem concerned. He just got a pep talk from James Small, his crew
Smells
chief.
like,
Listen.
what does that smell? Smells good. Smells like Christmas.
Yes.
Cheers.
Couldn't see. I'm guessing he's talking to the vibration. Is so
And we are green once again here at Phoenix. You good, Mom? You good?
Springs and leaps out of there yet again. William Burr is following on the same line as him. So too Ross Chastain.
Okay, now this run is
So too, he says.
Briscoe's up to 14th already? He was 32nd.
Stage, you have to push to see what
He's walking in, chat.
William Byron is ahead of his Hendrick Motorsports teammate, working on Ryan Blaney for that second spot. Can anybody go with Denny Hamlin, or is he going to just do it again, meaning streak away from this field? Christopher Bell continues his forward progress. There's the Ally Chevy of Alex Bowman. He's starting to come up into the mix as well. And here is the Bass Pro Shops Toyota of Chase Briscoe. Just got told by his crew chief, James Small, we are experts at overcoming
James
adversity.
is... Oh!
And almost tags the back
Oh!
of the 48. That was close.
That was so close. I thought that was a wreck.
Barry just kind of overdrove the corner and was shot at the racetrack. That presented an opportunity to shoot the middle, and
3 wide.
things got wild there for a second.
Well, Jeff, if you had any question, Denny Hamlin, fastest lap of the race at lap 157. 1 lap ago, a 27.60. A tenth and a half better than Blaney in second.
Ryan Blaney's doing his best not to let that
Up to 11th now.
The 19 of Chase
12th
Briscoe
or
draws
10th
alongside
now.
Alex Bowman. He's got Logano immediately ahead. Elliott, there was a slight bump there between Logano and Elliott.
Slight bump? That's crazy. That was like the giant bump.
Just got a quick update on AJ Allmendinger. He went to the infield care setup and checked and released. But tough way to end his 2025 season.
And that's what all of these other drivers are trying to do, right?
Please tell me I wasn't the only one that saw that, right?
But we saw that battle with Briscoe back there, right? Logano, Bowman, Barry, Gregson, Busher.
So Blaney's able to keep pace right here. But Byron and Larson are not. They're about 0.2 seconds slower than this 11 car. Not supposed to go that fast at 44, Steve.
Well, and to your point, we hadn't seen Blaney in clean air really be able to attack, so there's definitely speed in that 12 to keep up. But remember, he's not part of the championship 4. As much as Hamlin wants to win the race, if he gets beat by the 12 and only the 12, he's still going to have an enormous smile at the end of the day.
Well, that's a good point that you bring up because his teammate at Joe Gibbs Racing, Chase Briscoe, just said, hey, got told we are experts at overcoming adversity.
Driving pretty risky over there.
Yeah, why'd you tighten my pants so big? And why are they falling down?
Denny Hamlin, think about this year, everything that he's had on his mind.
Ooh,
look at this
already up to 8th.
That right there was a championship 4 move. The 19 went in there 3 wide and just slid the other 2. And Logano and Elliott didn't like it, Jeff, but you almost saw him say, Yeah, we've both been there. We're champions. We
Chevy,
know
Ford,
we're gonna
Toyota.
use a break right here. We're gonna know that that's not how you normally race us, but of this one week, you get a free pass. We're gonna let that slide job happen.
How about this restart by Briscoe?
Right.
He's been
You're
in
like,
five
no,
spots.
we're gonna end up
Running
wrecking.
eighth position. Wasn't that long ago he showed how
Joey's
far
like,
back
they're gonna
he
hate
was
me
in
if
the
I
race
wreck
when
him.
he did
He's
third.
tied for biggest mover on the restart. 5
Drive,
positions.
pit back, a great pit stop, and a great restart. And
They're
in
all
the
up
game.
there. Look at
Enduring
them.
those severe
Top
vibrations,
10.
both rear and front, and he's getting on with it. Next on his list is Carson Hocevar. There's the 77.
So Jeff, I've
Hurricane.
I've got the radio reports of vibrations. I've felt it with my drivers, but I've never been on board. Talk about that vibration from behind the wheel. What is it limiting Chase Briscoe's opportunities?
The biggest problem with the vibrations, Steve, is it's annoying, but the main issue is it takes grip away, right? If anytime the car is vibrating and shaking, it does not make the grip that it would make otherwise. So drivers can get over annoying and something that's bothering you, but when it doesn't make the grip. And in the back of your head, there's no way that
Alright,
you can get away from the tire failures in practice.
After seeing that, him go from 32nd to 8th in like 30 laps, he has a good chance of winning the championship still after that pop tire.
Look at the resistance from Blaney. Ryan is not letting Denny Hamlin get away. That Menards Ford is ever present in the mirror of Hamlin.
I love this quote. They asked him and Logano what it would be like to win this weekend, and they both obviously want to win, but you can hear it in their voices how disappointed they were to not be part of this championship four. Remember, Penske has won the last 3 championships, alternating Logano, Blaney, Logano. So they have kind of dominated the stage out here in the desert. This is the year where they haven't been able to take part in this championship battle.
And for the blue oval of Ford has no representation in the championship four. So Ryan Blaney could fly the flag for Ford by at least winning the race as he gets even closer and closer to Denny Hamlin. 19 laps left to go in stage 2.
Blaney's going to be respectful, but at the same time, he wants to win this race. You know, he's not a driver that doesn't respect that these guys are racing for a championship. But winning a cup race is a special thing. It's very hard to do. He'll make this pass, and he'll do everything he can to make it clean. But he will, if he can, he will certainly make it.
Be a nice way to head off into the off-season. He and his wife are expecting the birth of their first child in a couple of weeks. And if he could win the last race of the season, that'd be a nice way to
They
head off.
reproduce like rabbits in that.
This is his first kid.
It's like bang, 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 bang. Babies everywhere.
Every time you see a driver, there's at least 3
There's another
kids.
baby.
There's at least 3 kids there.
Yeah.
They go crazy on the off season.
Hamlin was not in the top 5 fastest cars. I don't know if that's because he's playing defense on this 12 car that took a little bit of speed out of his car. He's having to look in the mirror, pay attention, or if it started to swing between who has good long run speed versus short run speed. See Hamlin up the racetrack a little bit. That allows the 12 to get a good run on the bottom. Denny Hamlin that time is 3rd fastest. William Byron was the fastest. Christopher Bell right with him.
Jeff, you've been the catalyst for something for us to watch. Let's keep an eye on the gap from Hamlin to Byron. Because remember in stage 1, Byron was so good the longer it ran. It's 1.8 seconds. We'll watch those numbers.
Ad break.
Sure isn't me.
We are back at
NASCAR Cup
Phoenix.
Series Championship Day here on NBC, presented by Brez Tree, continues. Beautiful day here in the desert. Will it
Time
be
to
a
go
perfect day
stage
for
2.
Denny Hamlin? He has led 149 laps so far today. He's got Ryan Blaney of Team Penske hunting him down, and we've got just 10 laps to go in stage 2.
9 to go.
There's a nagging clutch issue aboard the 11. Is it going to be significant enough to prevent him from winning this championship? Because so far today, he's been the class of this field and of the championship 4. William Byron is the only one of the 4 who has led laps other than Hamlin. And the man in the bright yellow Menards Ford right there, Ryan Blaney, he's led 14 laps.
Let's go up to 7.
So far.
William Byron has been kind of matching the speed of these two. but he's doing it from almost 2 seconds back. So Steve, right now, see this Blaney run right here. Right now, as a crew chief, what are you thinking about? Like, how in the world are you going to try to get your car to take off with the speed that the 11 has if you're William Byron, Larson, and Briscoe?
Well, and that's really what they have to decide, right? Are they starting with a balance issue? If not, if it's not a balance issue, it's just a grip issue. We keep talking about tire failures. Is there any more room to go down on air pressure to add overall grip? You have to be careful to not take yourself out of the race trying to, close in on that last run. But now that you see Blaney up here, I will admit, it sounds silly, but if you're Byron, I now have hope that the 11 isn't magical on its own. Well, if Blaney can do it, why can't we? That would probably motivate me to be a little bit more aggressive with my changes.
You know, what's amazing is we sit up here, and we've done it for 11 years, Steve, and we hear drivers talk about kind of the same thing. The guy running
Look
first,
at that
the guy
card,
running
Mom.
10th.
Credit one NASCAR
bang
bank
but
at the bottom.
Somebody can do it better and faster than the other one. Overall grip is what makes short run speed, and clearly these two cars have the best overall grip.
Oof!
Problem for
Austin Dillon.
Right front on the 3, fortunately.
Flat tire.
So many flats and
That's right on pit road entry, I believe. I think that's the exit of 2. Do I have him in the right spot? Yep, there you go. Exit of 2, there's your pit road entry.
And that's unfortunate. Only 5 laps to go before the end of this stage.
Now, everything I just said about making adjustments, then I just get nervous again.
Yeah.
Another flat tire,
We're coming to the final last stage.
In the tire. We have to make sure we're around.
We're coming to the final stage end of the year.
One more time from here. 4
laps to go.
Hamlin and Blaney. And that gap from Hamlin to Byron, I mentioned that earlier. Let's watch William Byron's progress. It's pretty stable. It goes 1.8, 1.9, 2 seconds, back to 1.8. It's remained fairly consistent between the 11 and the 24. The top 2 championship
Into turns number 3
I think clearly the
and 4. Blaney doesn't have enough.
Long runs with speed. The question
Hamlin is going to win stage
as far as
2.
Denny Hamlin's able to get back out in front
Maybe.
of him, will Byron have the type of race he needs?
Caution flag is out. Oh!
Problems here for Ty Dillon.
Dillon.
We saw
flat tire.
his older brother have that front right issue. Now it's the 10's turn.
Right here.
Right where it's flat, I see some damage.
Come on,
around.
Goodyear,
I'm
what
not
are
sure
you
which
doing?
First, it looks like there's a little damage on
I
the
thought you
wheel
wanted
as well.
wear.
And with
Underwear.
3 to go,
Say that part
I
of the
will
interview
imagine
that
this
you
is
did
going
on
to
the
end the stage.
podcast show thing. Talk about tire wear to that
Yeah.
guy. Here's your wear.
Ooh, loose in.
Oof!
Hard to tell from that angle if the tire was already flat. It's off the wheel, which probably tells me that
But,
it kind of went
like,
flat
not
first.
this much.
Leave
This
that
is
split around.
overwhelming.
Yeah, as loose as it got, and how quickly it got that loose, I think probably a tire issue.
Man, I was just about to say that Hamlin was going to win stage 2 until this happens.
He still is.
Probably not. Blaney's, it's overtime.
So right at the end of stage 2, problems for the Dillon brothers. 2 separate incidents. But how about this man? Aboard the progressive Toyota Camry for Joe Gibbs Racing, Denny Hamlin.
Actually, he might have won it.
57 laps led so far today from the pole position.
Yeah. I've known Denny a long time. If you weren't around in the pre-race, Jeff, when you talked to him, we showed, that piece that Joe Gibbs talked about what it meant to have Denny on board, and they talked about Joe's late son, JD, and then you asked just a simple question, Denny, about family, and the emotional response, I think, took us all by surprise. That's just not the Denny Hamlin we've seen. He's always brash, kind of poking the fans, but there was this different reaction. It just
What is he
instantly confirmed, I think, what we all
Nerves.
expected. That this
And
is
Denny
different. There's a
Hamlin
lot
is
going
going to
on
win
around
stage
this
2
11
on
car.
caution.
And it was really a moment to see Denny that emotional before the race.
I tell you what, Denny also, he's let himself, he showed himself to the fans recently, right? He's where he's more, I feel like he's very comfortable with himself and, teasing the fans, messing with the fans. But if you look at who fans wanted to win coming into this race, the majority of them were pulling for Denny Hamlin. 2 years ago, they didn't say that. They weren't Denny Hamlin fans. A lot of people boo Denny Hamlin. He's polarizing.
I think that
But he's
Vegas race
comfortable with that.
was a turning point, right? Where he said, I normally stir the fans, but today this is for you.
Well, I think it's been a year-long thing. I think that his podcast where he gets out, talks to the fans, and gives an honest opinion. Even if it, he'll be honest about himself and things he needs to be better. See the stage happening right here. But Denny's become, over the last 12 months,
Stage
he
2
has
goes to Denny
really
Hamlin.
changed his personality. Not
think
changed
he's
his
crying.
personality. He's been willing to show
Doesn't
it
he?
to
Yeah.
the fans, and the fans really like that openness and honesty.
Well, he wins stage 2, and the last time he happened to win a stage here in Phoenix was 6 years ago. Guess what he did that day? He went on to win the race. That could be an omen for the driver of the 11th.
Let's talk about innovation.
I'll take it from here. The wheel, the internet, and now new Fireball Blue.
Denny had an issue with the jack didn't work, so they had to get the secondary jack.
Could you close the door?
Right side,
Oh.
goes to the left. He's going to try to get this thing up with the first jack. He goes under, makes an attempt. By rules, he has to make an
You
attempt.
come in, yeah.
You see right here, it just won't work. He goes to the second jack, and it jacks up. The rules are clear. During a pit